Good evening, Oswego, and welcome to WTOP10 Wednesday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm John Mangello.
And I'm Marissa Sarback. Today is October 24th, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts now.
The Virginia man accused of killing Keith Reed, the superintendent of Clymer Schools, may soon be returning to New York State to face his charges. The Chautauqua County District Attorney's Office has filed an extradition request to bring Anthony Tagliagenti back to New York for the trial. Tagliagenti has been accused of shooting and killing Reed on September 21st.
An Onondaga Nation man has been arrested following a 2-year investigation into an armed carjacking. Jeffrey Smoke, 30, and Thomas Lowe, 32, carjacked a woman at gunpoint on East Conklin Avenue. Smoke has been charged with robbery, criminal use of a firearm, grand larceny, and menacing. He is awaiting trial at the Onondaga County Justice Center without bail. Lowe is already serving the time for carjacking.
And now we'll check our current conditions outside with meteorologist Rob Camille.
What's it looking like out there, Rob?
Thanks, John. Thanks, Marissa. And good evening to the rest of you out there in Oswego. I'm meteorologist Robert Camille here with a quick look at your forecast right now. Outside the campus center at SUNY Oswego, 53 degrees is where the mercury sits right now. We have a few clouds overhead. That's because we had a few lake effect rain showers move through about an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, dumping a little bit of rain on the campus. But right now we just have a few heavy clouds sitting overhead. As we look at our radar, you can see that as far as everything else goes, aside from the lake effect rain showers, we are completely dry from end of state to the other end of the state into the Great Lakes. As we look at our 3-day forecast, though, we have a nice warm-up for the end of your week. It's really, really sunny, really, really beautiful, but as we go into the weekend, the temperatures take a tumble and the rain makes a return. How far down will the temperatures go? How long will the rain last? And what's your next weekend look like? I'll have your full forecast coming up later on. Back to you guys in the studio.
Voters in the North Country will get one final chance to see the two men fighting for the congressional seat in New York's 21st District. A 1-hour debate between Bill Owens and Matt Doney will air live on WYNN. The debate airs tomorrow night with Liz Benjamin, Bill Carey, and Brian Dwyer moderating the proceedings. You can watch it live on YNN starting at 7 p.m. But if you want to be in the audience, you still can. The debate is at Jefferson Community College. Doors open at 6 p.m. However, seating will be on a first-come, first-served basis.
A fire broke out just before 7 p.m. Monday in Unit 1 at 9 Mile Point Nuclear Station. Luckily, it was extinguished approximately 20 minutes later without causing injury or serious damage. The public affairs officer in Taiwan, Neil Sheehan, said that the fire occurred in an electrical panel in the screen house. This is where the screens filter debris from lake water that is pumped into the plant for cooling purposes.
You know, Marissa, it's that time of year again when zombies come out to play.
All right, and now Pat Milowski has the full story.
2, 1, go.
Thanks, guys. Patrick Milowski here outside of the Oswego State campus here with Justin and Jeremy the Zombies. Now, going on campus right now, they're playing Humans versus Zombies, where all week long you either start out as a human or start out as a zombie, and the zombies get you. How does the game work, guys?
Well, how it works is you sign up, and you can either be a starter zombie or you can be a human. And if you're a human, you can use socks or Nerf guns to try to shoot and stun the zombies. And if you're a zombie, you have to two-hand touch the humans. Now, every night at 8 o'clock, there's a mission where the humans and zombies will break off into 2 separate groups, and they'll be debriefed on what the mission is. And if you win, your side wins the mission, then you'll get a bonus for the next day.
Interesting. Now, did you two start out as humans or were you zombies?
I started as a human, but I got grabbed by a zombie.
How'd that happen?
I was just walking along, and there was a special zombie. He could get tagged twice by a Nerf dart and still be okay. And I didn't know that at the time, and shot him once, and he got me.
Yours as interesting as his?
I was also a starter human. I went out to hunt some zombies, and I snuck up behind a few zombies. And I went to pull the trigger on them, but my gun made a clicking noise, and then the bullets came out, so it jammed up, and they heard that and turned around and tagged me.
All right, well, that'll wrap it. Whoa! Live from outside Oswego State, this is Patrick Milowski. Now back to you guys in the studio. You got me.
SUNY Oswego students who want to kick off the Halloween festivities can participate in Halloween Skate this Friday, October 26th, from 10 p.m. to midnight in the Campus Center Ice Arena. Those needing skates can rent them for $2 at the event. For more information on the spooky icicle event, you can call 315-312-2587.
On Thursday, October 25th, SUNY Oswego faculty member Anthony Contento will host a workshop called Reacting to the Past, a New Pedagogy. The class sessions are run entirely by students. Instructors advise and guide students and grade their oral and written work. It seems to draw the students into the past, promote engagement with big ideas, and improve intellectual and academic skills. The workshop will be held in room 123 in Penfield Library. It begins at 4 p.m. and is free for faculty. For more information, call 315-312-2871.
And now we'll see what's going on in sports with Ben Sperduti.
All right, John. Well, the Oswego State men's ice hockey team will be looking to bounce back from their season-opening shutout loss against the Cortland Red Dragons on Friday night. The Lakers suffered a 2-0 loss despite a great team performance against the national under-18 team. The Red Dragons will be opening their season here at Oswego, who will be running a green night. Be sure to wear your green to support your Lakers here on home ice. As usual, the game will start at 7 p.m. right here at the Campus Center Arena. And coming up later, the National Hockey League is buzzing with news both good and bad. What's causing the stir? Find out in my sports report later on. But now, let's throw it over back to Marissa and John.
Coming up after the break, an inappropriate league starts at a California high school.
And Hurricane Sandy hits home in Jamaica. Stay tuned to WTOP10.
We've got a beautiful finish to your work week coming up. 70-degree temperatures, sunny skies for both Thursday and Friday. But as we move into your weekend, your temperatures take a nosedive and the rain returns. What's your weekend looking like? I'll have your full forecast coming up. You're watching WTOP 10.
MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hi, I'm CNN's Rob Marciano, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television station.
I'm lucky. I get to do something I love.
How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork?
I help keep kids in school.
Good.
And that's the name of the game.
My name is LaDania Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
WTOP TV 10, Oswego, New York. I'm the Kid. Come on.
In the evening, a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meteorologist Robert Camille here with a full look at your forecast right now. Outside the campus center here at SUNY Oswego, 53 degrees is where the mercury is sitting right now. We have a few heavy clouds overhead that are still sticking around from a few lake effect rain showers that moved through the Oswego area, I'd say about 8:30, about an hour and a half ago. Those have since dissipated and move on towards the Fulton and Phoenix area, so now we're just stuck with a few clouds. Humidity is still at 80%, and the breeze has gone down significantly since this afternoon. Calm winds right now outside on the lake shore. We didn't really get out of the low 50s for the most part of the day. 54 for your high, 51 for your low. Nowhere near either of our records, and even though we just had those rain showers move through, there wasn't much measurable precipitation on the campus today that was notable to speak of. As we go throughout New York State and check on our temperatures, 63 degrees in Jamestown. Normally our cold spot for this time of year, actually our warm spot because of a high pressure system that's moving into the area to set up our end of week weather pattern. In second place, Buffalo, New York, 59 degrees. Rochester checking in at 57 as we move towards the eastern part of the state. 57 in Binghamton, 52 in Albany, 52 in Glens Falls, and your cold spot all the way up north in Plattsburgh, New York at 50 degrees. As we look at our radar, you can see the last of the lake effect rain showers moving through Oswego County, but for the most part,
most of New York State, a very decent portion of New York State, is completely dry, setting up for a wonderful weather pattern for the rest of the night and the rest of your week. Now, as we look at our weather headlines for the end of this week, into the weekend, and into the start of next week, the rain moves out tonight, so did the clouds. Beautiful finish to the work week, 70 degrees, sunny skies, but a big cool down coming in over the weekend. The rain makes a reappearance, and we're keeping a close eye on Hurricane Sandy down in the Caribbean right now. As we look at our surface analysis, the clouds and the rain have since gone eastward, moving out of the area as the night goes on. High pressure both over the Canadian Maritimes into northeastern Canada and northeastern New England, as well as over the southern United States, in control for the next 24 to 48 hours. But as you look at the bottom right-hand side of your screen, you can see Hurricane Sandy starting to creep into the radar a little bit. The last update from the National Hurricane Center, Hurricane Sandy is a Category 1 hurricane. Winds are at 85 miles an hour. In some places, winds are gusting to 100 miles an hour. It's currently located 60 miles north-northeast of Kingston, Jamaica, and it's moving to the north at 14 miles an hour. Now, the reason we're keeping such a close eye on Hurricane Sandy is because that high pressure situated over the south is going to steer it as going up the Atlantic coast. Now, depending on how far eastward that high pressure system moves, dictates where it will make potential landfall. It could steer it out to sea, it could come up as a nor'easter into southern New England, or as you can see, the left edge of that cone sticking over the Appalachian Mountains into Pennsylvania, possibly making its presence known here in Oswego. But as we go through the rest of the day tomorrow, unseasonably warm temperatures because of those high pressure systems moving in, 60s and 70s for your temperatures, sunny skies all around. But as we look into your weekend, cold air coming down from Canada, bringing lots of wet weather into the Great Lakes, moving those high temperatures out, and temperatures taking a nosedive as we go through Saturday and Sunday. Sunday into Tuesday, Sandy comes up the coast, mixing in with that low pressure system and the cold front moving through, that's setting us up for some rainy conditions as well as some very, very windy conditions throughout New England and throughout Oswego. The heaviest rain and the highest wind, we're looking at Sunday night into Monday, possibly into Tuesday as well. So for the rest of your night, chance of showers early, wouldn't rule out a sprinkler or two, otherwise mostly cloudy, 49 for your low. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, much warmer, beautiful Thursday ahead, 71 degrees. Tomorrow night, the breeze starts to pick up a little bit. Winds are going to be around 15, 20 miles an hour, low of 56, partly cloudy skies as well. And as we look into your 5-day, you can see Friday is our high point, 72 degrees and sunny. As we move into Saturday, though, temperatures drop 15 degrees, rain moves back in, and as we move into the week of Halloween, temperatures aren't even going to get out of the 40s, and a chance of rain every day. That's your forecast.
Now, you know, Rob, you mentioned Halloween, but is there any news on how it's going to be? Because when I'm going trick-or-treating on Halloween, I need to know if I should bring a rain jacket or if I can just go as my costume.
Right now what we're looking at, again, temperatures not getting out of the mid-40s for the most part. There's a small chance of rain every single day from Sunday until Thursday. We're not 100% sure if that rain is going to fall on Halloween, but it'd be best to take a hat or a jacket with you just in case.
Good advice. We'll have to see.
We're hoping we won't have to do that, though.
Absolutely not.
Thanks,
All right.
Rob.
Let's take a look at our state news.
New York's highest court will not hear a lawsuit filed by a group hoping to strike down New York's Marriage Equality Act. The decision marks the end to an intense legal battle that could have overturned the law. The New York State of Appeals struck down the proposal by the New Yorkers for Constitutional Freedoms Party, who had claimed that legislators violated some rules when passing the bill this time last year. Governor Andrew Cuomo celebrated the court's decision, saying the freedom to marry in the state is secure for many generations to come.
Governor Cuomo hosted New York State's first ever Wine, Beer, and Spirits Summit this afternoon. The finale to the event included a tasting at the Executive Mansion. The summit and tasting were intended to seek out ways that the state can boost industries that account for more than $22 billion in economic activity annually. The governor also expressed enthusiasm for a Wine and Grape Foundation plan to host a celebrity-filled blowout event in New York City to promote the state wines, beers, and spirits to the city restaurant owners.
Facebook stock surged more than 19% today, adding about $5 billion to the company. This comes from a quarterly report which states that this is the largest gain since Facebook went public back in May. Today's news is probably making its employees very happy. Facebook's current and former employees can start converting their stocks into cash tomorrow based on today's closing. Unfortunately, though, they can't sell those stocks until Monday.
An administrator at a California high school says some male student athletes have been taking part in a fantasy league of sorts. In the Fantasy Slut League, the males allegedly draft female students and earn points for sexual encounters with them. The principal of Piedmont High School says it came to their attention in discussions after a date rape awareness assembly earlier in the month. A letter was sent to parents on Friday, which says that they learned the league has been going on for 5 or 6 years. Many students are just learning about it now.
It's really disrespectful and just bad.
It's just like, why do you have to do this to women? It gives the football team a bad name because of a couple of people, gives the girls a bad name.
I do think that it's gross and degrading, but I think that because the administration didn't know all the facts before they sent out the letter, they caused kind of widespread anxiety and panic. And I think all of this attention that's given to Piedmont is extremely unneeded.
Hurricane Sandy rolled over Jamaica today, hitting its coast with 80-mile-per-hour winds and an incredible amount of rain, the U.S. National Hurricane Center said. The forecast map shows Sandy reaching eastern Cuba early tomorrow before heading to the Bahamas. Tropical storm and hurricane warnings are up across the region. That region includes Florida's east coast, where a tropical storm warning is in effect from Ocean Reef to the Sebastian Inlet. The warning means tropical storm conditions are expected within the area for the next 24 to 36 hours.
A 67-year-old cancer patient was arrested Wednesday in connection with a fire that ripped through a hospital in Taiwan, killing at least 12 people and injuring 60 others. Lin Chin Zung was found hiding in a storage facility at the hospital. He confessed to starting the fire a day earlier because he was upset over his illness, according to the lead prosecutor on the case. The Department of Health said that the firefighters had to evacuate 115 mostly bedridden patients. When we will come back, we will have your video game update, but first, here's your late night menu.
Get your Smokey on. If you see someone in danger of starting a wildfire, step in and make a difference, because 9 out of 10 wildfires can be prevented.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey Chris, what are you doing here?
Oh, I always want to be first in line for the Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit.
The what?
The Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit.
What is that?
The Dr. Louis B. O'Donnell Media Summit. Wednesday, October 24th at 3 p.m. inside Waterman Theater in Tyler Hall on the campus of SUNY Oswego. Meet the panelists who guide our media future.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
And now let's hear from Kyle Sheehan about your upcoming Assassin's Creed game.
Here's a look at what's making buzz in the video game world today. One game that I'm going to be discussing tonight is Assassin's Creed 3 by Ubisoft. This game will be released next Tuesday, October 30th, and will be made for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, PC, and Wii U. This game is the 6th Assassin's Creed that has been released. The setting of this game is based off of the Revolutionary War from 1753 to 1783. You will be controlling a new assassin by the name of Connor Kenway, who is half English and half Native American. His main goals is to prevent the people that are conspiring against the American Revolution so that they can gain control of the 13 colonies. You will encounter your enemies on a large landscape with realistic characteristics and meet revolutionary heroes such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, and many others. You will explore the different areas such as Boston and New York. There will be other specific places from the Revolutionary War that are also investigated, such as Charleston, Lexington, and Concord. A cool feature of this game is that instead of only fighting on land, you will also be able to fight on a ship in which you will command and navigate through rough seas. The battle can be either ship on ship, or you can swim across and battle one-on-one. On October 30th, there won't be just one Assassin's Creed adventure. A second full-blown game is being released the same day. Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation, which is exclusive for the PlayStation Vita. This game is set between the years of 1765 and 1780, during the end of the French and Indian War in New Orleans. You will play a female assassin of African and French descent that is recruited into the Assassin's Brotherhood. Your character, Alvaline, helps try to fight off the Spanish in Louisiana and the South. The PS Vita is taking a full experience of Assassin's Creed and putting it on a handheld device. I'm Kyle Sheehan, and that's your video game update.
Let me tell you, I wanted to get that game beforehand because it looks sick, and that trailer you just showed just looks fantastic. I have to get this game.
Does look
It's definitely
really
going to be one that I pick up soon.
Thanks, Kyle. Has Surrey Cruise been abandoned? One magazine is being sued for saying so.
And find out what country singer is getting help for anxiety. Christina Mulcher has the details.
Cruise is suing the publisher of Life and Style magazine for $50 million for making false allegations about his parenting. In a complaint filed in California District Court, Cruise's lawyers say the publishers ran stories claiming the actor abandoned his daughter Surrey. In a press release, his legal team calls the magazine serial defamers and the articles reprehensible. The articles in question ran around the time Cruise and ex-wife Katie Holmes were going through their divorce. Representatives for Life and Style magazine said they have no comment about the suit. Leanne Rimes is opening up about her battle with anxiety. The singer says she voluntarily checked herself into a program last month to help her better handle all the emotions that come with living in the spotlight. In an interview with Katie Couric that airs Thursday, Rimes says it's hard for people to understand why she struggles, but now says that she's getting help. It feels like she's been given a fresh start. Bobby Brown was booked for a second DUI in several months on Wednesday. Whitney Houston's ex was pulled over around 1 a.m. in Los Angeles for a traffic violation and given a sobriety test. Brown was released within hours of his arrest.
And now a full look at sports with Ben Sperduti.
Thank you, John. It's time for sports. Well, after years of debate and financial strain, the New York Islanders are relocating in 2015. The National Hockey League approved a 25-year lease of Barclays Center in Brooklyn as the new home of the Isles. Team owner Charles Wang was disappointed in not being able to renew the team's lease in Nassau, where the Islanders won 4 Stanley Cups in the 1980s. But he and fans agree it was better to keep the team in the city instead of moving it to one of the 3 other proposed locations. The good news for the NHL unfortunately stops here. Earlier this week, the league denied the NHLPA an audience after finding out that the group wanted to meet, but without a plan framed in the 50-50 maximum the league is willing to offer. Commissioner Gary Bettman saw no point in meeting with Don Fair, with the Thursday deadline getting closer. According to Bettman, an 82-game season will be impossible to salvage. The first wave of cancellations will begin after Thursday, which will be leaving dedicated hockey fans wincing. The 2012 World Series is underway between the Detroit Tigers and the San Francisco Giants. The game started off with San Fran getting one off Detroit starting pitcher Justin Verlander. A center field home run by Pablo Sandoval nabbed the Giants a run with 2 outs at the bottom of the first. Barry Zito is making his first appearance since October 19th when San Francisco beat the St. Louis Cardinals in shutout to win Game 5 of the NLCS. Currently, the score from AT&T Park is 6-1 at the bottom of the 6th, leading the San Francisco Giants ahead. And that'll do it for sports. Now back over to the news desk with Marissa and John.
Thanks, Ben. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of news and a final look at your forecast.
But first, let's take a look at your community calendar.
Helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Well, now I'm Naked Cowboy, coming to a town near you. You're watching WTOP TV10, Oswego, New York. I'm Naked kid, come on.
You're watching WTOP, your home for Laker hockey.
And here's a dive into the lighter side of news. Many would agree that The Avengers was the coolest movie of this past year, and there is even more excitement to be had as it was announced a few weeks ago that a new ABC show based on the movie titled S.H.I.E.L.D. will be coming out next year. Today, some casting news. Ming-Na, most known from her 6-season stay on the show ER, will be playing the role of Agent Melinda May, an expert pilot and ace sharpshooter for the top secret agency. She will be starring next to Clark Gregg, who played the fan favorite Agent Coulson in The Avengers. I can barely contain myself.
The Apple iPad mini is all of the regular iPad at nearly half the cost. The iPad mini is almost 25% thinner than the 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi third generation iPad. It is also more than 50% lighter, yet it still has access to all 275,000 of the apps developed specifically for the iPad, as well as Siri and FaceTime HD. The iPad mini gives you all the features and capabilities you're looking for in a smaller, less expensive package.
And in my favorite story from this week, a man in Michigan was arrested for trying to protect the community while dressed as Batman. Police said they were forced to arrest a man when he wouldn't leave them alone while they were trying to investigate an auto accident. If you can believe it, this isn't the first time he was arrested for dressing as a Dark Knight. Last year, he was taken in for lurking on top of a business without permission. When asked by police why he dresses as Batman, he said, quote, "It's not up to the government to save us." And now let's take a look at your final forecast with meteorologist Rob Camille.
Well, thanks a lot, John. As we go through your day tomorrow, we're going to start out at 8 a.m., 54 degrees. We're going to slowly increase in temperatures throughout the day, reaching a high of 71 degrees. And get this, today was completely covered in clouds. Not a cloud in sight tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful Thursday.
Wow. That's, you know,
Very nice to hear.
mid-70s and perfectly clear. That is what I call a perfect day.
Yep.
And you know, when I was reading that story about Batman, I was really tempted to say it like Christian Bale. The government cannot protect us. I really wanted to break out in some epic Christian Bale, but you know, at least for the story, I think I should keep it.
And just, the part that got me about that is it wasn't the first time he was arrested for doing
Right?
that. Does this
For
guy
lurking
actually
on top
know
of the
Batman?
Weird, like somebody should tell him it's not Halloween yet.
Just
You
for
can't
lurking
dress
on
up
top
as
of the building, I
Batman.
can already imagine what he must have been looking like up there.
Right? It's kind of cool though. If you were going to be arrested, you might as well be for impersonating Batman.
I wonder what his mugshot looks like.
It probably looks like Batman, I would assume, Rob.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There's nothing there.
But if he wears the mask, he was brought in. They can't reveal his identity, and they didn't in that story, if you can believe it.
Really? That's actually really interesting. I just noticed that.
That is true.
Keeping the superhero code of ethics down even when they're not even real.
Can't reveal your
It's
secret
impressive.
identity.
That was pretty cool.
It's amazing what people just...
And that will do it for us here at WTOP 10 News for the 10 News team.
I'm Ben Sperduti.
I'm Rob Camille.
I'm Marissa Sarback.
And I'm John Mangello. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.